Trojan family, Coach Brown here. I wanted to take this opportunity and talk to you about our Trojan football culture and discuss a little bit about what we're all about and give you an inside look at what we try to teach our players and what our Wayzata football program is all about. Performance pathway really sets a tone for everything in our program. And so first it starts with leadership. Leadership is the factor that creates championship teams. Leadership is the factor that creates a championship experience for everybody around. And the leadership then drives our culture, and our culture is really what we believe in and the experience we give to other people. Our culture then drives the behavior and the behaviors that we're looking for, and those things are intertwined. So our behaviors then create an experience, and that experience then ties into what our true culture really is. And so again, our leadership drives culture, culture drives behavior, behavior produces results. And so with that, we start with leadership. And leadership, we define leadership as level 5 leadership. And that comes from Jim Collins' book, Good to Great. And he talks about good being the enemy of great. And so with that, level 5 leadership, as we define it, is a combination of humility and will. When you combine personal humility with that, which means that you do things for other people. It doesn't mean that you think of other people less. This means that you're pushing other people to get better. Everybody wants to follow somebody who carries themselves with confidence but doesn't need to brag about it. Everybody wants to follow somebody who has the good of the overall team in the forefront of their mind. And those are the type of leaders that we want. People who show up, they do the work, they lead other people, and they set up a good personal example. That needs to be combined then with great will, which means that they put in the work, they're willing to sacrifice, they set that personal example of effort, of solving problems, and of always giving great effort and championship effort in everything that they do. And so when you combine those things of somebody who not only works extremely hard and sets that great example and is pushing the pace of the entire team, but with somebody who's calling other people up to do that with them, that is level 5 leadership. After level 5 leadership, we need to then, so we've defined leadership, now we need to look at what our culture is all about. And this is how we do it. This is our cultural playbook right here. And we start that with our core values, and our core values are there on the left side, that their purpose, relationships, improved daily discipline and effort. And that's Trojan pride as we define it. With that, we need to look at what those behaviors really mean. And so for purpose, we want to choose excellence in everything that we do. And the result is uncommon. Relationships, we define that as iron sharpens iron, and the outcome is a brotherhood of trust. Improve daily. It's 1-0 in everything that we do, and we change our best. We continue to improve. Discipline is E plus R equals O. So we control our response to the events that life gives us. If we do that, the outcome is we have the opportunity to fight on. We keep going. And then effort, we define as FTF, fast, tough, finish. That's the behavior. The outcome is Trojan warriors. And so with that, purpose, as we talk through that, we define purpose as choosing excellence. And that means, what choose excellence really means is that we do the best we can with what we have in the current moment. So we are in every moment, we are given our very best to do that. And that's a choice that we have to make. We make thousands of those choices on a daily basis, and we have to stack those choices up on top of each other time and time again in order to get that. The result is that we're uncommon. And what that means is that we have no interest in being average. We want to be elite in what we do. We want to be uncommon in what we do. And we want people to look and say they're doing things better than they've ever been done. And that's a great example of that. And so we're looking for players to do that. As we break that down, then, I think a couple things need to happen in order to choose excellence in our behavior. A couple things need to happen. First, we have to have belief. And so we win in our mind first. We have to have great belief, first in ourselves, and then in the people around us, surrounding ourselves with great people. So after we have belief, then we need to understand our purpose. So then we start with why. And that's I know my purpose and my team's purpose. And so we work to define that for our players, define that for our team. And then we need to take that a step further then and look at what our motivation is. So after we have belief, we know our purpose and our team's purpose, and we work to live out our purpose and our team's purpose. And then so the result of that is choosing excellence, and the outcome is uncommon. Next is relationships. Relationships are core behaviors. Iron sharpens iron. And what we mean by that is that we have an opportunity to make everybody around us better. We want a football team of players who love each other so much that they want the best for them, and they're going to push each other to get the very best out of each other and make each other better, and together all rise up and elevate everybody a part of it, as a part of the team. And so in order to do that, first it comes with trust. So people need to trust our character, they need to trust our connection with them, and they need to trust our competence in what we're doing. And so those three factors, those three C's make up trust. And so, hey, as a person, do they do what they say they're going to do? Do they have my best interest in mind? And do they actually know what they're talking about? And the next is service. Leaving everything that touches the program better. We want to be a team of givers, a team of people who are willing to do things for other people without expecting anything in return. And then we also want to hold other people accountable. So accountability, I hold myself and others to elite standards. And we want to do that in a way that we call people up, not necessarily call people out. And so that means we're calling people to say, hey, we can get more out of you. We're a better team when you give your best effort, and push people to do that, and then bring that and make everybody better. And the result of that is a brotherhood of trust, where we're all in it together, and there's love in the program and love for each other. The next is improve daily. Improve daily, we define as 1 and 0. 1 and 0 is a major theme in our program and what our program is really all about. And that is a laser focus at the task at hand. I've got to give my very, very best effort, everything that I have, into what's right in front of me. And so in order to do that, we need to have an all-in attitude. I positively believe every situation is an opportunity for growth, knowing that, hey, I'm in this. I got a chance to get better. And then I'm going to go attack that thing, with that laser focus at the task at hand, it's that 1 and 0 mentality. And then also no BCD. And BCD stands for blaming, complaining, defending. So we want to ruthlessly eliminate blaming, complaining, and defending from ourselves first, and then also from our team. And so we need to identify those things, and really blaming, complaining, defending is just finding excuses. And what's so dangerous about that is if we can take a great situation and blame, complain, defend it, and make it a terrible situation. We can make excuses and believe that in our mind, and eliminate opportunities for ourselves because we're focused on the wrong things. And so we want to eliminate blaming, complaining, defending, and we want to find solutions to the problems and solutions to the things that come up, and take accountability for those things and ownership for those things. The result of those things is we change our best. We continue to get better every single day because we go attack those things with a 1 and 0 mentality, and we continue to stack those on top of each other, and then we continue to change our best. Next is discipline. And so we define discipline as we use the R factor, which is E plus R equals O. And that's event plus response equals outcome. And what that means is that we don't have control over the events that life gives us, but we do have control over how we choose to respond to those things. And so the better our response, the better the outcome. And in order to, and so defining our outcome, being able to know, hey, what do we want? What is our end goal? And then what response does this event require out of me to get this outcome? And knowing that we may have to do that outcome hundreds of times or thousands of times, our response, we may have to continue to respond and make sure that we do that over a period of time in order to get the outcome that we want. So again, the R factor, I control the response, my response to life's events. I also need to make a commitment to that. Controlling my response one time, I think everybody can do that, but making that part of who I am and making a commitment to that gives us the ability to know that my response is stronger than any event. I can build that confidence in myself and know that I'm going to make a commitment to that. And then also, I have to make a sacrifice. I need to embrace productive discomfort. I need to embrace the fact that things are hard, and I have to embrace the hard and say yes to the hard and the things that are difficult, and know that I may fail forward, but I'm going to continue to get better and embrace that as part of who I am, and knowing that makes me a better person. And the result is that we fight on. we have the opportunity to can we continue to compete. We have the opportunity to continue to go play this great game together. And in life, we know that things will be hard, and we know that we can continue to fight on and make ourselves better. And the last core value is effort, and we define effort as FTF. And so we talk about FTF a lot, and that is fast, tough, and finish. And so fast means I play with a desire to excel and not a fear of failure. And so, in order to do that, in order to play with the desire to excel, first as a coaching staff, we need to not coach a fear of failure into our players. It means that when we get out to practice and we're doing things, we're going to encourage them to give their very best all the time. And sometimes those things are going to go well, and sometimes we're going to make a mistake. And our job is to coach up that mistake and let our players know that we're going to give them the tools to continue to move forward. And then we also need, and then from the player side, they need to first and foremost, in order to play fast, they have the knowledge of what they're doing. I have to know what I'm doing in order, and then I need to couple that with great passion to do that. If I know what my assignment is, I know what my job is, I know what I need to go accomplish, and I combine great passion to do that, I can go do that fast and attack it with a desire to excel. And the next is tough. And tough I attack with a mental toughness. I know that things are going to be tough. I know that not every, there may be bumps in the road, but I'm going to continue to attack and continue to line up. I'm going to continue to go and give my very best at everything. And that could be, on the football field, it could be in math class, it could be in anything, but we need to attack with mental toughness. And that's his finish, just being a relentless competitor, going in and giving, just continuing that one no mentality and coming back, and I'm focused on what I'm doing. I'm going to give my very best effort and be relentless with it all the time. And when we couple all those things together, that FTF, we call that a Trojan warrior. And that's an elite group for us, and an uncommon group of people that reach that Trojan warrior status, and something that we really want our kids to strive for. The goal with all this is really to get total program alignment. We think that's the difference between champions and everybody else. If we can get all of our arrows pointed in the same direction, everybody having belief in what our program is all about, and that these things truly make us not only better football players and a better football team, but we're going to leave this football program as better people. And we're going to leave this football program with the ability to go and be and contribute to society and be great, parents and great spouses and all those things when we're done, and great employees and leaders. That's what this is. That's what it's really all about. And when we don't have those things all aligned, things are tough. And so we really work to align those things. The end result is one execution that we go out and we do what we need to do, whatever that may be. And so we look at execution as a combination of deliberate practice, so focusing on what I'm doing and really being locked into that, and then also productive discomfort, doing the hard things. So we execute those things, and we also produce champions for life. We want our players to go on and not only be champions on the football field, but champions for life.